Welcome in everybody, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are getting ready to go racing at the Lima Land Motorsports Park here for the all-out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division. Things are getting ready to get sticky, dirty, and nasty, no pun intended. Race number 5 of 6. 2 weeks from now, we will crown our championship driver. I guess we would call it our full season here of only 6 races. It's been a hell of a show so far here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park here at this 0.25 quarter mile clay oval in Lima, Ohio. Some brand new overlays coming to you tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channels. We get you down on the main broadcast cam live here for the all-out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division. Race number 4, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys look across your screen, you see it right there, the 0.27 mile clay oval right here in the USA. Proud to be an American. These guys are rounding up the qualifying session currently right now, and we are getting ready to transfer over to tonight's heat race. The starting front 2 drivers will head on over to the main event tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and they will find themselves out of tonight's heat race, meaning that Jackson Branscombe, driving that number 201 here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, will be on the pole driving that number 201 machine. See if we can get that thing off of your screen so you can see. Jackson Branscombe will be on the pole here tonight, looking for his 4th straight consecutive win. So it looks like we got about 20-25 seconds left remaining here in the qualifying session. There'll be 1 heat race here tonight for, I believe, 15 laps, with the track session being currently discussed right now. I'm hearing it in my headphones, back and forth between the drivers and the admins, and as soon as we get these guys situated, we'll have it all the way over here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we want to go ahead and remind you, guys pulling up here slowly into the stream as we load into early this morning, trying to figure out what's getting ready to take place here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You are getting ready to watch some of the action-packed dirt racing on the whole service. 80 laps for the feature here tonight, and everybody will advance to the automatic, out of the heat race automatically is what I'm trying to say. So there will only be 4 drivers here in tonight's heat race, and that is A-okay. We'll go ahead and pull up tonight's starting grid here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Dalton Gosbergen on the pole, Zayden Boyard on the outside, Nicholas Maynard, and Dusty Branscombe will be the 4 drivers rounding out the field here tonight for the heat race, and we'll get ready to get you down on the racetrack to meet your favorite drivers. Driving the number 98 here tonight, Dalton Gosbergen. And on the outside of him, front row, driving that number 88 machine, that's Zayden Boyard. And starting in the 3rd place spot, 2nd row here for the heat race, we have a whole 80-lap feature coming your way, so don't get spooked with the low car count. From Welford, South Carolina, that's Nicholas Maynard. On the outside of him will be the quality welding number 21 machine from Somerset, Kentucky, of Dusty Branscombe, and the green flag is dropped immediately here in the LCQ heat race, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from the admin here, getting things up and moving immediately. We want to apologize there as the ticker is having some overlay issues on our left side here. We want to go ahead and scratch that out of tonight's surface. We apologize for that here. We can't bring up the night's race data, keep you updated here with the race analysis. That'll give us all of the laps. 15 laps scheduled here tonight for the heat race. Dalton Gosbergen out front here in that number 98 machine. He'll battle door to door here with Zayden Boyard as Zayden Boyard tries to make his way down here in that 2nd place spot. Zayden Boyard moving around in the number 88 machine, battling some overlay issues here, battling the SDK gaming channel. We will have to try to get that updated and fixed for you here in the coming moments, and don't think I might be able to get that fixed here tonight. Looks like 4 drivers rounding out the LCQ heat race here. Dalton Gosbergen has the race lead over Zayden Boyard. These 2 guys battling back and forth here tonight at the Lima Land Speedway. Lima Land, one of the first original tracks scanned here on the iRacing platform, and the pretty people asking us in the chat if they can join. Make sure you shoot us a DM here and or shoot out the all-out Dirt Tour in the chat. See if we can't get them to comment something. All-out Dirt Tour admins, if you can hear me, check your chat channel in the Discord. In the TikTok. We got a couple of guys battling it out here at the Lima Land Speedway. That's the number 98 and the 88. No relation between these 2 guys. Dalton Gosbergen out front. Lap number 7 coming to lap number 8 being complete here out on the schedule 15 for the night's LCQ heat race. Side by side, if Zayden Boyard could get it, you'll go out the front nose of the number 88 modified. He'll roll to the back bumper of the number 98 of Dalton Godworthy. Dalton Godworthy trying everything he knows possible to get that modified all the way to victory lane so he can start up front in tonight's main event. Scheduled for 80 laps here tonight. 5 laps to go this next time around. Maynard trucking along in the distance. That number 02 Maynard Motors modified working back from the third place spot. Dusty Branscombe trying everything he knows possible to run down the guys in front of him, but Zayden Boyard lipping and roaring here, trying to change up his line down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Can he throw the slide job over the number 98? They'll go door to door for the first time here in the LCQ Heat Race. 4 laps remain this time around, going to be 3 the next time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not on your feet, stand up now, grab another beer, light another cigarette side by side. If Dalton Godworthy can hold on here and grab this LCQ Heat Race win, it could mean 10 extra bonus points to his total score of the battle for the championship. Continuing on, 2 weeks from now, we'll find out who our champion's going to be for Season 3 of the All Out Dirt Tour. The first time we are bringing out the UMP Modified Division. It's been one hell of a year so far. White flag will be in the air next time around here for the last chance qualifying heat race. The number 98 of Dalton Godworthy has the race lead. They'll climb the banking down the back straightaway now, side by side. If he can get the slide job, lap traffic is going to be an issue. White flag is in the air, presented to you by AFLglobal.com for the heat race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Zayden Boyard rolling around in the second place spot. I say tonight, I should say early morning. These guys ripping and roaring here at the top of the hour. Dalton Godworthy's going to take the heat race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Maynard will bring home the third place spot. Dusty Branscombe will go a lap down there. He'll finish in the last place spot there, the LCQ Heat Race. Thank goodness everybody will advance out of there. The night's winner, Dalton Godworthy, for the LCQ Heat Race. So, ladies and gentlemen, these guys will have about a minute or so here. From what I've understood from the admin here inside of the All Out Dirt Tour, these guys will have about a minute or so. They'll discuss over with the admin about how the track session state should start over here. We'll bring up the remaining schedule while these guys practice it up here, get it all down and dirty, and get the track ready. We get the water trucks out there and get the track nice and packed and ready to go. We've already knocked out 3 races on the year. 2 weeks ago, we went to the Eldora Speedway. You can head on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen on the main broadcast cam when we go back over there to it. Headed to Volusia 2 weeks from now. Who's going to win that Gator? And we will crown our championship driver 2 weeks from now. Speaking of championship, might as well go ahead and bring up those points standing. The driver with the most points at the end of the season will be our champion. We will go ahead and try to get that cleaned up a little bit on your screen. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Jackson Branscombe in control here with 3 wins on the year. Looking for number 4 here tonight if he can grab it. Zayden Boyard, though, not far behind. And there's a 50-point bounty tonight on Jackson Branscombe's head. Every single one of these drivers are going to want to have the opportunity to try to cash that out here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we gladly appreciate you tuning in here. Well, this morning, I don't know again why I keep saying tonight. Tuning in here, making sure everybody is locked and loaded. Grab another beer, light another cigarette, get your seatbelt strapped up. These guys are getting ready to put on a show. We'll show you the starting grid here. This will be the 6 drivers taking on the 80 laps scheduled here tonight around the Llama Land Speedway. We'll bring you your nice keys up the race. 80 lap race. You're going to have to save the tires. You're going to have tons of grip early. And you're going to have to try to finally keep it clean. We'll get you down on the main broadcast cam, let you meet your favorite drivers. On the pole, driving the number 201 Modified, looking for the 4th win of the year consecutively in a row. He'll have the 50-point bounty on his head. That's Jackson Branscombe. Starting in the 2nd place spot on the outside of him will be the number 21 of Carson Klinghofner. Starting in the 3rd place spot, driving the number 98 Modified. That is the number 98 LCQ Heat Race winner just a moment ago of Dalton Godworthy. On the outside of him will be the number 88 of Zayden Boyard. Nicholas Maynard will round out the 5th place spot in that purple and yellow Menards Modified. And finally, the 6th place position will belong to the number 21 of Dusty Branscombe. 6 drivers, round out the field here. Green flag is getting ready to fly in the air for tonight's main event scheduled for 80 laps. We've been battling some technical difficulties here with our ticker tonight, so please excuse us on the left side of your screen if it does turn yellow on us like it just did there. Whoa, big time contact made back there. Is the caution flag out? No, we are keeping it green here. These guys were able to keep it up and moving. That's going to be a big time banker there for that number 98 of Dalton Godworthy, and he's already caught up in the trouble. And since we're going to battle these overlay ticker issues, we might as well go ahead and bring up the race recap. This will be the way that we have to keep up with the lap ticker here tonight. We apologize for that, but that isn't going to keep us up from sharing you the action-packed racing on the racetrack. Klinghofner looks to the inside of the number 88 of Zayden Boyard. Boyard trying to make something shake to the back bumper of Jackson Branscombe. Every single one of these drivers going to try to make something happen here tonight, knowing 2 weeks from now, only one race remains. Nicholas Maynard trailing in the distance. Colton Gosbergen held up there early. Maynard almost around on top of the right front quarter panel of Dalton Gosbergen. Dusty Branscombe trying to hold on to this position as number 21 machine. He'll rip the top side of the racetrack, rounding out the front nose of the number 21. Zayden Boyer, Klinghofner, Branscombe all battle it out here for first through third. This will be the battle for the race lead if we could ever get anybody up there moving and a grooving, or like we like to say it on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, booting and scooting. At the top of the hour early this morning, kicking off the green flag as we currently had a couple issues take place yesterday on Saturday night that didn't allow us to get the race in, but we're back out here tonight. Dust is up in the air. The sun slowly going down behind the beautiful Ohio sky. Hopefully we can get the lights cut on here tonight before the checkered flag flies. We got about 72 laps remaining here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 80 laps inside of these UMP modifieds. It's going to be a lot of racing, and these guys are going to have to hold on to these modifieds, but it's going to be cut off quick. Only working at a bull ring quarter-mile type racetrack. Dalton Gosbergen trailing his way back into the battle here after getting caught up there on the start of the race with Nicholas Maynard, who will make his way around Dusty Branscombe for that fifth place position. Maynard able to clear himself in that number 02 modified. He'll move up to the fifth place spot. Klinghofner trying to make everything he knows possible inside of his notebook work here tonight at Lima Land. Scooting down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Contact made with the number 88. You've seen it riding on board with Klinghofner. Boyard. Contact made to that left rear quarter panel, but Branscombe not looking in the mirror. He's not going to lift here tonight. He's going to try to pull away with it here, knowing that there's a 50-point bounty on his head. And if one of these drivers were to cash it here tonight, it could definitely put them back in the ball game, even though we're racing. Klinghofner trying to get that number 21 back underneath control after battling back and forth there with the second place position of Zayden Boyard. The sun has officially went behind and caught a tree or a cloud or some sort. How will this change the racetrack as these guys continue to pick off laps here underneath the green flag conditions? We're 14 laps into tonight's main event here at the Lima Land Speedway live here in Lima, Ohio. Branscombe the race leader with Boyer trailing in the distance. Klinghofner in third. Gosbergen in fourth. Maynard trailing around in fourth with Branscombe trailing in the distance on the top side of the racetrack. Here comes Jackson Branscombe trying everything he knows to hold on to the race lead, but lap traffic is slowly approaching ahead of the number 201. How does he elect to race the lap traffic of Dusty Branscombe down in the turn 3 and 4? Branscombe's off the racetrack. The way to keep it off the racetrack there. Looks like we'll keep it green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Maynard's in that outside wall as well. And here comes the leader in the 201 of Jackson Branscombe. Zayden Boyard and these guys trying to make something shake. Maynard running for his life. He's the next victim here. He's got that thing jawed out here at Lima Land. Meanwhile, that battle for the race lead is starting to shake up once more. 60 laps slowly approaching remaining here tonight on the UNOH Dirt Classic, and that's UNOH, the University of Northern Western Ohio. And why do we call the UNOH Dirt Classic here tonight at the Lima Land Speedway? Well, if you didn't know, the UNOH College or University of New Hampshire, Ohio actually owns the Lima Land Speedway, and at the Lima Land Speedway they actually use their students and the guys that are out there in the environmental science and the dirt and the agriculture degree department or whatever. They use the racetrack as scientific projects after and before races, learning how the dirt is affected from the race cars. However, though, these guys are ripping and roaring, tearing up the racetrack all to pieces tonight. And Jackson Branscombe's on the bottom side of the racetrack trying to defend the number 88 of Zayden Boyer. Klinghofner has a mirror full of that Dalton Gosbergen number 98 machine who won the LCQ 8 race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Gosbergen trying everything he knows possible to work his way back into the picture here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Does Dalton Gosbergen have enough here inside of his machine? We apologize here as you see we are battling ticker issues. Is well, looks like we got Nicholas Maynard's team on a couple of these drivers. Not entirely sure what the hell is going on here. See if we can't get that squared away for you. There we go. Klinghofner Motorsports working his way here. Oh, he got one turned around. That's Nicholas Maynard on the top side of the racetrack. The kid backwards here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and the caution flag is out. The pace car out on the racetrack for looks like going to be Nicholas Maynard, and this number 02. You see him on his screen. He is backwards here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll see if we can't back that ass up for the instant replay and take a look and see exactly what happened to Nicholas Maynard here on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to hold on to this number 02. We seen him earlier get around the lap drive. It looks like he comes off turn 2. Yes, turn 4, down into turns 1 and 2. That's where he was spun out at, and he's backwards there on the top side of the racetrack. Maybe a little bit too much will into it for Nicholas Maynard. We'll back that ass up one more time, see if we can't ride on board with the kid. Take a look and see what happened inside of that race car. At the wheel turn to the right, looks like the car just came around on Maynard, turned around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Branscombe will have to get it re-racked with Zayden Boyer, Klinghofner, and Godperson will have a shot at it here with the bounty on the line for 50 points. If they can beat Jackson Branscombe cleanly, we'll have about 55 laps to go when we return right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Welcome back here on the main broadcast cam live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are underneath that caution flag for Nicholas Maynard after spinning out there in turns 1 and 2. Jackson Branscombe currently scored our race leader here tonight as we are again battling some technical difficulties here with our ticker on the left side. We are trying to bring up a different way of doing the broadcast here tonight. Branscombe will be on the front row. On the outside of him will be Zayden Boyer in that number 88 machine. Green flag will be whenever the 201 of Branscombe wants it. Green flag back in the air here, the Llama Land Speedway. Side by side down into turns 1 and 2. Side by side, maybe our ticker. No, has it fixed itself? No, damn it. Thought we maybe had a chance at it there, ladies and gentlemen. Branscombe going to have a mirror full of everybody there behind him now as things begin to get spicy here tonight. No pun intended. Get nasty. Contact made from that number 88 around Jackson Branscombe. Battle down into turns 1 and 2. The lights have officially been cut on here tonight. Another lead change across the line. Down into turns 1. Contact made. Branscombe almost goes around in the 201. Here comes the number 88 of Zayden Boyer. Dalton Godsworth trying to shake something down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Can he make it 3 wide here tonight at Llama Land? Battling down into turns 1 and 2. Nobody going to give an inch here off the back straightaway. Everybody trying to find a piece of line, and Godsworth looking for the slide job over the number 88 of Boyer, but he's not going to be able to get it. Battle down into turns 1 and 2. Branscombe going to do everything he knows inside of his notebook to work down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Maynard to collect the outside safer barrier. 4-way battle for the race lead here with about 47 laps remaining here at the UNOH Dirt Classic live here at the Llama Land Speedway, owned and brought to you by the University of Northern Eastern Ohio. The 21 of Klinghofner on the top side of the racetrack. He'll try everything he knows in his notebook to try to make his way to the front of the field. The 21's been solid here tonight, and Klinghofner Motorsport has brought him a solid piece to the number 21. But it's been this number 88 and 98, the two top pick here tonight. Zayden Boyer running in the private tier category with no team signed on board. Coming straight out of the garage, out of the backyard. Boyer trying to run down the race leader in Branscombe. We're looking in the distance there, trying to make something shake and strike is the number 98 of Dalton Godsworth. Dalton Godsworth grabbed the LCQ Heat Race win here tonight. Does he have anything left here to go to victory lane in the main event? 50 points for the bounty if they can beat the 201 of Branscombe cleanly. Branscombe looking for 4 in a row here tonight at Llama Land if he can snag the victory. Down into turn 3 and 4. Up to the top side of the racetrack goes Zayden Boyer. He'll change his line across the racetrack start-finish line. It looks like we'll have about 40 laps to go this time around. Branscombe, Boyer, Godsworth in the top 3 drivers. Klinghoffer must hit the outside safer barrier or some sort. He's separated himself about 8-9 car lead. Difference, between him and the third place driver in Godford and Boyard all over that back front for a Branscombe, climbing the banking through turns 3 and 4. Boyard changes his lineup, looking for the undercut underneath Branscombe. Branscombe will have no choice. Slide job from the 88 over the number 201, but he's not able to get himself clear. Branscombe fights back on the bottom side. UNOH Dirt Classic, and you're watching some of the badass racing here on the iRacing platform, brought to you from the All Out Dirt Tour. These guys are not going to spare each other an inch, and it's being shown here tonight. Another slide job from the 88 of Boyard, but he's not able to hold it again through 3 and 4. Can he try to make something shake and change it up, try to throw the slide job through turns 1 and 2? Whatever's working for him right now, though, he needs to continue it. The Bounty in trouble here tonight. Can Branscombe hold on? 50 points if he can complete the win in the pass cleanly. The 88 of Zayden Boyard falls back in line. Here comes Godbergen. Klinghoffer towing down in the distance. Heading off turn 3 and 4, getting ready to cross the line here. The UNOH Classic live at the Llamaland Speedway here in Lima, Ohio. The sun is officially went away. The lights are up. Big contacts made in 3 and 4. Boyard going to have to change his lineup just a tad bit, try to make something shake here, run down Jackson Branscombe. This will be our battle cam here as we head down the back straightaway with the race recap. 46 laps will be completed now, 47 this time around. Branscombe, Boyard, Godford, Klinghoffer, Maynard, the top 5 drivers here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Maynard scheduled a lap down, and he's in jeopardy of losing another one before the checkered flag flies here tonight. Boyard trying everything inside of this number 88 machine. He'll come off the gas, fall right in nose to tail with the 201 of Jackson Branscombe. Branscombe doing everything he knows possible to keep the 88 behind him. The 88 will change his lineup. Their battle across the front straightaway here. Boyard down into turns 3 and 4. Boyard looking for that oh-so slide job for the third time off 3 and 4. This time off turns 1 and 2. This time, he's not able to get himself clear. Both corners now contact made, shipping the 201, getting him a little naggly loose. Off turn 4, down into turns 1 and 2, heading down the turns 2, back straight away. Branscombe, Boyard, this is for the chance at the victory here tonight at Llamaland. 30 laps to go this next time around. Branscombe got a mirror full of the 88 of Zayden Boyard. Dalton Godbergen looking to make something shake and strike if he can. Can Dalton Godbergen put something together here in the closing laps at the Llamaland Speedway? 28 laps to go here tonight to decide it. Boyard looking for the slide job over the 201. Branscombe has a 50-point bounty on his head, and Boyard's looking to cash it out here tonight. Boyard, can he get himself complete for the slide job? He'll slide right across the nose of Jackson Branscombe. But Branscombe will not be denied. He's passed Zayden Boyard on a last lap. For the last 2 races have made the pass for the win on the last lap. Will we have a reward here tonight and see a third one here this season? The 88 goes to the top side of the racetrack. That's where he's been better all night long. He'll get the advantage across 4, but Branscombe will chase him high through turns 1 and 2. Heading off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Side-by-side contacts made. These UMP modified drivers know everything about the Llamaland Speedway. The first original iRacing dirt track scanned and put into the platform. 24 laps to go this time around, and Zayden Boyard wants another win here if he can grab one from Branscombe. But Branscombe looking for 4 in a row. Did he get the right rear, left rear quarter panel, of the number 88? Battle off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Heading to turns 3 and 4, Boyard's going to have to try to change his lineup a little bit here. He can't get too comfortable. Branscombe will make him pay through turns 3 and 4. Everybody changing their lines up, heading to the top side of the racetrack. Klinghoffer falling back in the distance from Godbergen. Godbergen has made up the closing gap distance necessary to make a move if these two guys get together. 20 laps to go this next time around in the UNOH Dirt Classic, live here for the All Out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division. The 88 rips and roars the top side of the racetrack. Boyard the leader. Branscombe trying to run him down in that 201 machine. Godbergen lurks in the distance in the number 98, the LCQ Heat Race winner here tonight. Branscombe will have a few more chances at it, but he has plenty of racing to go. 19, now 18 laps this time around. Till the checkered flag and the pay window opens. Zayden Boyer looking to cash the bounty here tonight, worth 50 points. He is second in line on the regular season point standings. If he could catch that win here tonight cleanly over the 201 of Branscombe, this definitely could put Zayden Boyer back in the championship lead here tonight after Lima Land with one race remaining. But Branscombe has three consecutive wins here on the All-Out Dirt Tour. 2 of them in a row now have been made on the last lap. Can Branscombe hold it together, or has he burned off the right rear tire on this 201 heading across the line? 15 laps to go here in Lima Land. No need to move the battle cam here tonight in Lima Land. The top 3 drivers have put on a show. The UNOH Dirt Classic live here in Lima, Ohio. Thanks the Booty Scoot Racing channel for having them in town this weekend. It's been an action-packed racing week. Was supposed to race last night. It is now Sunday morning, and we had a rip and roar here. But Zayden Boyer has woken up with a chance here at Victory Lane, and he could have never dreamed about this one, heading off turn 2 and down the back straightaway into turn 3. Oddly enough, these guys elected as a group with the track official, aka the admin, on what they wanted the track session to be on when the green flag flew here tonight. Everybody agreed on 40 to 50% for the main event, and it is put on a show here, about 50%. And now look at this, about the final, 10 laps here, and both of these guys have found themselves ripping and rolling the top side of the racetrack, and they're going to have to paint a absolute line here if they want to go to Victory Lane. Branscombe roars in the white and blue 201 modified in second. The white and black and purple one belongs to Zayden Boyer. Boyer looking to cash the bounty. A big slide job there from Branscombe, but he's unsuccessful trying to hold on to it. He'll rip the top side of the racetrack. Boyer to block midway through the bottom. Head back to the top side of the racetrack. 8 laps to go this time around. It is anybody's ball game. Branscombe with the sparks out the back end of that 201, knowing that the pay window opens up here any moment. Does he have anything left in the 201 to run down the race leader in the number 88 of Zayden Boyer? You're riding on board Jackson Branscombe, trying everything to make it 4 in a row here tonight. That would be a personal best here in the All-Out Dirt Tour. Can Jackson Branscombe get it done here in the closing laps? He'll have 6 laps to go this next time around. But Zayden Boyer has every fan here tonight at Lima Land on their feet, hoping and praying to find another winner for the first time this season. Boyer the race lead. Branscombe with a slide job on the bottom side. He'll hit the berm and he'll get him big time loose. Here comes Dalton Gosbergen trailing in the 3rd place spot. Jackson Branscombe in the 201. He'll have a couple more chances at it. He'll have to gather himself back up. 4 laps to go this time around. Maynard, lap traffic ahead of this group. Klinghofner rolls in the 4th place spot. Godperson looking for these 2 guys to make contact, spin each other out, and steal one here tonight. Branscombe looking on the inside. Both of these drivers back down. Boyer trying to defend his position. Contact's made with 3 laps to go. Been battling ticker overlay issues all night. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But the performance and racing has made up for the difference. Maynard will move right out of the way for the 2 leaders. Battle for the win here tonight. Branscombe has a 50-point bounty on his head in this 201 modified. He needs to get past the 88 or he's in jeopardy or possibly losing the championship standing. Boyer gets tagged in the left rear from the 201 of Branscombe. Branscombe tries every bit to get himself clear across the 88, but that wasn't very clean of the 201. So how does Zayden Boyer repay it here, knowing that the bounty's on the line? Contact's already been made for the 201. White flag is in the air, presented by AFLglobal.com. Boyer to have one more shot at the back bumper of Jackson Branscombe, but Branscombe will ship it down low. No chance at the back bumper tonight. Branscombe will win 4 in a row here tonight at Lima Land. What a race there. What a finish. Side by side for the last, 30 laps or so. The 201 steals another one on the final lap. 4 in a row for Jackson Branscombe. He'll win it here tonight at Lima Land, and he'll pull around to the front straightaway. Ladies and gentlemen, not a fan on their seat there. Some action-packed racing going on here tonight. So as Branscombe brings it across the line here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and he will do his celebratory victory lap, we'll send it to the commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment with the post-race show. We'll have all of your driver interviews when we return. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The unofficial results on the left side of your screen here for the All Out Dirt Tour. An awesome finish there is the only way I can describe what you have just seen on your screen. And if you're not loving what you're seeing, head on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen for all of the full season there. Branscombe wins his 4th one in a row here tonight. What an absolute show and a performance put on there between him and Zayden Boyard. Looks like we got a pit reporter down there on pit road with the driver and the winner here tonight of the 201 of Jackson Branscombe. Let's see what he had to say. Go ahead.
We're down here in Victory Lane with the driver of 201, Jackson Branscombe, with he has just slid his way to his 4th victory in a row here in the All Out Dirt Tour with the last lap pass over Zayden Boyard. Kind of walk us through your race here tonight, Jackson, at the Lima Speedway. Definitely a slicked off racetrack, but you were able to close it there in the closing lap, so that's without being challenged first.
Yeah, first things first, I'd like to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ before I say anything, and big shout out for Zayden for not taking me out in those last couple of laps, because we was having good hard racing towards those ends, because the first half everyone saved their tires for these 80 laps madness, and I think that's all I really got to say. Thank you, Zayden, and try to drive for 5.
Jackson Branscombe will try to win one final race here and sweep the whole season inside of the All Out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division. We'll scoot down here to the 2nd place finisher, driver of the 88 of Zayden Boyard. Zayden, kind of walk us through your race here tonight at the Lima Speedway. You were battling out front there with the Jackson Branscombe machine. Actually got your nose out front there, led a couple laps. Kind of talk us through what you've seen out the front windshield of your modified.
Yeah, there at the beginning I was just kind of pacing around with him, trying to keep the tire wear down, and then about halfway through, about lap 50, I think it was time to really start going. We started throwing some sliders back and forth and stuff. We had a really good race. Thanks for running it clean, and yeah, it was a good race.
That's the driver of the number 88 of Zayden Boyard, who will go runner-up here tonight at the Lima Speedway. We'll scoot down here to the 3rd place finisher, driver of the number 98 of Dalton Godsbergen. Dalton, kind of walk us through your race there. Contact made on the opening lap, but you were able to rebound after the caution flag. Drove all the way up there to that 3rd place spot and stayed there. Kind of walk us through the speed this 98 had tonight.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I feel like I tried to preserve tires, and I don't feel like I preserved them enough toward the end of the race. I feel like I kept up with them for more than half of this race, but I ended up falling off, and I think I'm about out of tires. So, but we'll be back in 2 weeks, and hopefully try to bring home a win at Volusia.
That's Dalton Godsbergen. He will bring home the 3rd place finish here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll go down here to the 5th place finisher, drive the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. Nick, kind of walk us through your race here tonight. Yeah, it was another great race for this 02 machine. We brought a bad fast modified, and once again, it's the driver, not the car. Just not a dirt driver, just trying to fill in the field here. Can't wait to get to Volusia 2 weeks from now and try to race for one of those Gators. That's the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. We'll throw it back up to the booth where Jackson Branscombe wins 4 in a row here on the All Out Dirt Tour.
And we appreciate you got that, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back up here in the booth. We appreciate our pit reporter down there getting you all of your access to your favorite drivers. We'll bring the music back up here, see if we can't bring up the feature results one more time, and we'll roll through those for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an awesome race here tonight. Sees Nicholas Maynard bring home the 5th place spot, with Dusty Branscombe bringing home that 6th place spot. Carson Klinghofner will bring home the 4th place spot in that Klinghofner Motorsports number 21 machine, with Dalton Gosbergen winning the LCQ heat race here tonight and driving up to the 3rd place position. Zayden Boyer goes runner-up here tonight in that number 88 machine, live here at the Llama Land Speedway. He'll have to try to reevaluate himself, see how the point standing shakes out for him, as he'll have to chance at it here possibly in the next 2 weeks when we head to Volusia County for the Volusia Speedway for the Gator. And Jackson Branscombe from McCreary County, Kentucky wins it here tonight without, having to defend it. Him and Zayden Boyer battling back and forth there. Absolute show was put on here tonight for the 3rd straight week in these UMP Modifieds. Gladly appreciate everybody that showed up here and showed out on this Sunday morning after a inconvenience to last night's race led us to not be able to get it in. We gladly appreciate everybody's time and patience. That'll do it here for us on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here early on a Sunday morning for the All Out Dirt Tour. We'll bring up the remaining schedule one more time to remind you guys, 2 weeks from now we're heading to Volusia County. We'll crown our championship driver then. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a better car count than we had tonight. A awesome action-packed racing, however, none of the less. We'll get a couple of these sponsors in while we're thinking about it. You need a brand new dirt scheme, a brand new iRacing scheme, check out NR3 Designs, custom and graphics and schemes. DM them on Instagram at NR3_designs and or see Neil Rutt III on Discord. Need a brand new porch swing? Head on over to Pop's Porch Bet Swings, custom made and handcrafted porch swings in Charleston, South Carolina, 864-978-1913. Custom made and handcrafted porches, bed swings, woodworks, and wood projects. Check them out on Facebook at Pop's Porch Bet Swings. So showing a couple bit of love there to our partners here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. A beautiful night sky as the sun was abruptly up for the opening laps here for the night's feature. 80 laps is what it took to crown a winner here tonight, and would you believe it if I told you the bounty was not claimed here? Jackson Branscombe wins 4 in a row here inside of the All Out Dirt Tour. What a performance there. Nonetheless, he had to earn it, so we can't be mad at him. We'll see you 2 weeks from now at the Volusia County, at Volusia Speedway in Florida. Should be one hell of a show. Don't forget, the I-85 Asphalt Series Wheel and Modify Tour is back in action on Monday night, as well as the Late Model Stock Tour is back in action on Tuesday night. Tune in to the Booty Scoot Racing channel for all of that action-packed racing coming your way. Tonight's UNOH Dirt Classic won by Jackson Branscombe and an absolute thriller in the last closing laps.